I've been going to this indie game website for 8.5 years. Since I was 13, I got really into it that summer. And since then, I've played about 300 of these indie web games. My favorite genre is definitely time management, because if you have bad priorities, it puts you in some bad places. Doesn't matter who you are. Um, in this game, you manage about 40 years. I've never seen a game do that, but you get to see what kind of things will happen depending on what schedule you have. So, first off, we are going to go to our lifestyle tab and change our cooking to regular cooking. Dishes seem to take about half hour, according to them, and this will cost us $30 per day, which is 10 more than our microwave food, and it almost quadruples our health, which doubles your character's energy, which means they progress twice as fast. And not only does sleeping change your happiness in the short term, but in the long term, it affects your health. There's a lot that's not realistic about this game. Like, there's automatic hiring, you never get fired. There's no college, no surprise expenses, no cars, and you don't have to apply for your house, you just have to give them the down payment and it's yours anytime you want to move in. We want to drink as much caffeine as possible, which I think is factored in with your food expenses. The hardest part of this game is definitely your housing standards. Every so often you just get a little less happy with where you're living, and each time you move it takes another half hour of chores. If you're a millionaire, you can just hire someone to do all of those. The number one thing to look for is the happiness. Don't stress about trying to be a millionaire as soon as you can. Your great grandkid can do that if you really need. We're gonna press play, and we are now working 56 hours per week, but we don't need to do that because this character does not care about savings as long as they have enough for their down payments on their house. So we're gonna fill in the free time, and then once we have enough free time for them to be as happy as they can be, then we want to put time into researching how to make money and get promotions quicker. 1.85 is as happy as you can be without moving into the shared apartment and raising your rent from 300 per month to 750. Early on in this game, you get promotions all the time, so your schedule needs to change all the time too. There will be more and more time in between promotions. We want to go to this lab tab, and there's all these different ways to improve yourself and your life. Study skills is not very useful. You're better off just trying to learn whatever it is you want to learn. Getting stuff done isn't very important if you're interested in happiness. All this does is turns slacking that you can't really do much about into free time, but you still need the 15 and a half hours total. So it doesn't really affect their life in any significant way. Meditation I like to think of as fitness because it increases your energy, but it might be literal. I don't know, I haven't looked into it. But we could learn programming and get this job at Yugo at age 22, day 100, and be a junior developer, but there's a certain point where you stop being able to make money because you can't be the team lead because your leadership is not at 50. The first life, it's better to just do leadership, because that'll help you. You can't be regional manager without it being level 50. And you can't get past kitchen manager unless this is level 10. It's not enough to just work, and because you don't get promoted unless you have a certain level of social skills and understanding of business management. Investing is really useful when you're a millionaire, but until then you're better off building real skills. After 75 days, we now qualify to be a chief flipper, which I guess you have to get the right permit or make some mistakes, because at first you don't get paid as much as when you were like a really good entry level. They are now able to afford to move into the shared apartment for $750 a month. But it doesn't matter, because our whole mission in this game is to become happy. The leadership is now level 1, and we are at max happiness. When you get your getting stuff done to level 10, that lets you get stuff organized, which gives you another energy boost. When you get your fitness to level 25, you get an energy boost from going to a spa. And once your study skills is level 50, you can start going to conferences to increase how fast you learn things. We're now a kitchen manager, and we can't get to the next level without our leadership being level 10. We're now working a little over 35 hours a week. It's a lot better than that 56 for $5 an hour that we had at the beginning of this game. We are now almost up to Seattle's minimum wage. Federal minimum wage is 7.25, and here in Seattle, a lot of places are 15, but food service is about $12. Anywhere you get tips. Our biggest worry is when this character turns 23, they're not going to be happy living in a shared apartment anymore. They're tired of asking what that thing in the sink is, because they're not doing enough chores. So we're going to have to move into the studio and pay $1,500 a month with a $1,000 down payment. It's the living room and the kitchen and the bedroom, but it's a little better overall. See, there it is. Turned 23. Everything changed. This whole game is about outpacing your housing standards. Once we get to fancy apartment, 38 years old, it wrecks them. And now we can be a shift manager because we have 11 leadership. I'm sorry, I said it was regional manager. This is about my 40th life in this game. We now make about what a PC technician would make, and also this junior developer. Now we can be assistant manager. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them catch up. I don't care that their happiness is only 1.88. This assistant manager now works about 21 hours per week for $31 an hour. And our next worry for housing comes at age 28, which is in 50 days here. Oh, now we gotta move into the tiny apartment, pay $2,100 a month now. But it's okay. That's how you get happy. That's how you stay happy. So I think we can afford fancy cooking, which takes an hour and a half to cook and an hour to eat and half hour of dishes. Um, I think we could have afforded this a little while ago, but this over doubles your health from your regular cooking. It's good to do, for sure. And this hour, it's still fun, counts as your free time. To afford it, we take our hour of research out, but that's fine because we're just kind of learning how to get promoted, and this doubles how fast we do it. So that was the 30th birthday, and our little guy is making $35 an hour, working 28 hours a week. They're really good at cooking, and they're pretty cool. Come check out the next video for the rest of the life.